So now I'm just going to cut the test tiles. Before, I'll just tell you I was going like this. I was going down, across, up, down, across, up. And now I'm going to do it differently. I'm just going to go down once. I'm going to open that up so I can get all the way through. Exhaling down. Saw it down so it's at the bottom. I'm going to keep my fingers right here at the base so it really gets under there. And I'm going to spin the wheel to cut this off. Pulling it all the way down towards the bat. So here I'm just going to be cutting it once. And let me come up. I'll just come up and cut one tile. Okay, see how my finger's supporting the rim? Helps to have your finger on the rim when you cut to it. Okay, and now I'm just going to use my fettling knife to cut them all. So I'll start with it clean. It's amazing how cleaning can help things. I'm going to dry this off. Okay, it's not the nicest fettling knife in the world. I'm just seeing if I have a nicer one. This one's kind of rusty and chunky. I know I have another one somewhere, but we'll just do this. I'm going to cut straight down, supporting the rim, and supporting it with my finger as I cut back towards myself. Probably be better if the camera were behind me, but basically, as I refine my process here, I'm just trying to make less work for myself. So I did it once. I wasn't so happy with my results and the amount of work it took me. So hopefully ever better. Part of my style is that I never feel like I've really hit the best way of doing something yet. So I'm always thinking about improvement. So we're always a little bit in the mystery. These are bigger than the test tiles I've made in the past, and I'm excited about it. They're still pretty short compared to most of the pots that I make, so they should fit between my pots totally fine, and they'll give me a little bit more freedom to make it the glaze a little thicker at the top. They're also just a little bit beefier, just a little bit bigger in general. The clay is a little bit thicker. The bottoms are a little bit bigger, give me a little more space to write. We watched this great video of this guy who does, he has a counting number stamp, and that's how he keeps track of his test tiles, is through using the stamp at Leatherhard, but we don't have a stamp yet. So now what I'm also gonna do here is poke holes. Oh, ah! See if I can save that guy. Saved it. These little things. Okay. So poking the hole, I have to support it. Again, these are so much nicer. I'm poking them from underneath up. Have my finger under there. And that's it. It's okay if the plug doesn't come out right now. It'll come out fine later. Go. Ah, whoa. So this is what I really wanted to avoid, is this little lip. I had that on so many of them last time. I'm just gonna cut it here. I use this little piercing knife, which is what I use for cutting, doing cutouts, like candle cutouts. And actually a lot of things. I highly recommend getting that piercing knife. And you. Surprise, surprise, I'm exhaling. And so this will be the step that I do now. And then when they're a little bit on the harder side of leather hard, I'm gonna come back and clean them up so they don't have sharp edges. And then we will also give them, this is a dark clay body, so we'll give them a porcelain slip wash on the bottom so we can easily write and read the tests. It's great to stand them back up just in case they warp at all in the process. I'll know it, and I can kind of push them back to stable. So I'm just aligning it in the center, drilling, and that's it. For now, that's it. Sometimes the hole pops out, and sometimes it doesn't. It's important to support it, otherwise these can just so easily break. They're so flimsy. It's good to keep this clean, the hole punch. Usually the clay sticks into the pot and gets left behind, but if it doesn't, clean out the hole. And there's one in there, the one that fell into the water. I've got to find that. And the holes, why am I making holes? So we can hang them and string them. So we can keep them organized as bodies of tests. Like, let's say I have a purple glaze I'm testing. I could string all the purple tests together to see what all the different versions of the purple look like. I'm just gonna check them all, make sure I didn't miss anything, and I'm also gonna count them. 3, 6, 12, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, great. So I've got two boards of these. One more time. And this time I'll just go right to the cut and align it and come back up through that. Support the rim. There we go. Okay, great. Try something different, like cutting it with this. Let's see. It's always fun. Again, not knowing what I'm doing. Not thinking that I know what I'm doing. That way I can experiment. Oh, I think this is even better. Cool. So I'm using this this tip as a fulcrum and exhaling straight down. Doesn't seem to be challenging the rim at all. Give a little saw there at the bottom. Isn't that cool how you just learn something just like that? And then I'll probably forget next time I'm making them. Then I have to learn it again. I've never been the best note taker, but this is the kind of thing that would be great for me to take a note. Look at this. This is awesome. What I'm using is my trimming rib. It's called a blue scraper tool. And I mostly only use it for trimming. Although now that I've shown people that I use this tool on social media, I see people using it for throwing and all kinds of things. I don't think of it as a good throwing rib for some reason. It's too flexible. Too or not enough. But some people seem to be using it, and I'm curious if you like it as a throwing rib. Now maybe over time I'll realize, oh, don't put the hole in the middle, put it towards the edge, if I can, so then there's more space to write. Yeah, like if I put it in a corner, then I have like more surface area to write without having to deal with that hole. So let's try out that theory. So many theories, all happening at once. I don't want to do it towards the foot because I think I'd have, towards the edge, because I think I'd have more loss that way. The other day, Nima asked me if I was in my 20s, starting over now with pottery, would I do an OnlyFans and like, you know, wear skimpy clothes and stuff like that instead of this? And I said, no way. I definitely wouldn't have. I'm not opposed to that kind of thing, but not for a skill that I'm proud of, not for a skill that I really care about. I'm not opposed to doing it, you know, to work the system and make some money, because I'm all about that. But, oh, here, I didn't clean out the hole, and now I have like more to clean up. It wasn't a huge tragedy or anything, but yeah, I think Demi Moore in Ghost was enough for me. She like planted a seed in the minds of the American public about pottery. I can't tell you how many times I had people come to my booth over the years, decades, and be like, did you see the movie Ghost? Yes, I saw the movie Ghost. Okay, I think my future self's gonna be happy with this shift of moving that hole towards the joint there. It's not as easy to poke the hole, but I think it's long run better placement for a test tile. Constantly learning. These have been a great learning experience for me. Okay, so now that I'm doing that, I might not have to, here I am learning again, I might not have to support it underneath. I might just be able to support it on the sides here. Let's see here. Might be better. It's been a real, I mean, I make test tiles to test this and that, but it's been a long time since I did any kind of glaze development, and that's what we're working on here in our cohort, is developing a body of glazes. The nice thing about test tiles is even though we want to kind of keep them nice and clean and regular, they don't need to be gorgeous. But I'm so glad I'm doing the holes this time, because other than that, I just have a maddening big bucket full of these little test tiles that give me barely any information. I mean, they're all logged somewhere, but okay, that's it for this step. And we'll come back later to do the exciting job of cleaning these and then putting on the porcelain slip. Stay tuned, folks. It's only getting crazier from here. I think that was sarcastic.